report. I don't know if it's lucky to win on a Sunday or not, but we do have a winner, and it's Peggy Baltima of Valley City. Peggy Baltima has won a free value meal and small Blizzard of the Month from Dairy Queen in Valley City. And just so you know, Tyler, the Blizzard of the Month is the Pumpkin Pie Blizzard. How did your pumpkin pie settle after last week?
Oh, that was awesome.
That was good, wasn't it?
That was very good. Can't complain.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you can't complain.
I could. Nobody would listen, but I'm not going to complain.
Well, anyway, we're here to get ready to go for half number 2. And the Vikings and South Dakota Mines are back on the field. They've just come out a shortened halftime, only 15 minutes of halftime here in the Dakota Bowl, or the DAC Bowl, I should say. They want to make sure the games keep running on time. Shouldn't change up a whole lot. South Dakota Mines out there doing jumping jacks, trying to get warmed up. The Vikings taking a more modest approach. And really, it's going to come down to whether or not the Viking offense can find a way to move the football. We haven't seen a South Dakota Mines defense that has been all that in a bag of chips this year, but for some reason they've been pretty good against Valley City State.
Well, they played well here this afternoon. It was interesting, Coach McCulloch's comments right before he went into the locker room at halftime, just saying they can't get the running game going, but you also look, too, there's only been 3 rushing attempts by running backs here this afternoon, 7 by Trent Kozel, but Elliott has, I believe, 1, and who else? McAtee has 2, and that's your running game right there. Other than Kozel running the football. So let's see if they come out here in the second half, try to establish the run, and you don't want to vacate it altogether. The other thing too is that middle of the field is open in this cover 2 offense or defense, and even if you don't complete the pass, Ryan, you got to stretch the defense a little bit, and then maybe some of those underneath things will develop.
And not only that, but it's just the idea of the Vikings seem to have been completely out of sync when it comes down to what packages we want to run. Again, we haven't seen a very even rotation of quarterbacks today. We thought that Tommy Zinke was going to get some time throughout the year, and he's gotten very little time today.
Yeah, and I think he's been under center maybe twice, and the other time he was out at wide receiver when he threw that pass. And I would like to see him out there a little bit more. And again, it's not a knock on Trent Kozel, but got to give the kid an opportunity to see what he can do.
You have to evaluate where you're at with that position. The Vikings kick the football away. It's angled left side of the football field and will bound out of bounds. And I believe this year, aren't you getting that at the 40 if it ends up going out of bounds?
You should. I think it's 40 yards from where you kicked off, and they kick off at the 30, so that would make sense.
All right, so that'll be first down and 10 for South Dakota Mines at their own 40. Not the best way for the second half to get underway for Valley City State. And so first down and 10 at the 40 for South Dakota Mines. They lead at 10-6, and this is the last opening series of a second half this year, and it would be really nice to see the Vikings step up and just take care of business here. And we'll see how Mines goes about disrupting that. Nick Russell back at the quarterback. Flag flies as Jamie Dale gets a carry off left tackle. Dale will move to the 42, but a flag came out right away. Didn't see a lot of motion. I'm wondering if this isn't going to go against the Vikings lining up in the neutral zone.
Valley City State has done a nice job on Jamie Dale here this afternoon. He came in, again, 715 yards rushing, only 36 at halftime. They've done a nice job of containing him.
It's going to be a procedure penalty against South Dakota Mines, so a loss of 5, and it will bring up first down and 15. You start taking a look at the statistics in the conference, and the leading rusher in the league coming into the day is Cole Benny of Black Hill State with 902 yards. It hasn't really been a rush-oriented conference this year at all. First down and 15, dropping back Russell over the middle, Barth, complete sidestep the tackler, moving left side, and he will run down to the 45 for a pickup of close to 10, and it will bring up a second down and 5 for South Dakota Mines.
DJ Mormon had a chance to make the tackle about the 40-yard line, but Barth just slipped away, got up for an extra 5 yards, making it second down now and very manageable.
Jason Beilstein is back in the game now as a wide receiver. We didn't see much playing time for him as a South Dakota Mines receiver. Russell out of the shotgun will turn, counter. They try and give it to Dale, who drops the football. He goes down to get it, but that's going to cost him 3. And it will bring up a third down and 8. Got a very fortunate bounce off the turf. It doesn't always come right back to you like that off of this artificial surface, but it did. Here comes 3rd down and 8 for the Hard Rockers.
A lot of things happening on that play on the offensive line. The entire left side, left guard, left tackle, looked like the center even pulled to the right side. There was a play there, but the ball was fumbled.
So here comes 3rd down and 8 for South Dakota Mines. 3 wide receivers left, 1 man right. The Vikings run a twist in the middle, and Russell hit as he throws. A flag is down. It's incomplete. I believe the flag is going to be a holding penalty against South Dakota Mines. The Vikings should decline it, and that would bring up a 4th down, and the Vikings would get the stop they needed to start the second half if the play flows the way we think it's going to. They haven't called for anybody to talk to as of yet. There's no indication from the men on the field as to who the play is going to go against. Oh, they're going to call a foul against both teams. The Vikings were in the neutral zone. There will be a hold against South Dakota Mines. Penalties are offset. They're going to replay the now. That's a tough break for the Vikings.
It is. That being said, Tommy Butler is having a heck of an afternoon here today getting after the quarterback. He, again, beat the big defensive tackle, 340-pound Kane Ray, just beat him at the punch at the line of scrimmage and caused that errant throw.
Very good Viking crowd is here today down below us, and they come to life again on 3rd down and 8. Shotgun snap to Russell, play action, stepping near side, firing pass, picked off, taken away by Mike York. The Vikings will have the football at their own 36. 1st down and 10. Mike York, the basketball convert, coming over for 1 year of Viking football, will get an interception in front of the hometown crowd here at the Fargo Dome.
Boy, and he made a great break on the football. Logan Smith was running down the field, a post pattern, and really looked to be open. Mike York undercut that, made the interception. But again, Tommy Butler with pressure at the last moment. He hit Nick Russell as he threw the football, maybe causing part of that interception.
We're going to go down to the field in a couple of moments as the Vikings get their drive started. 1st down and 10. Trent Kozel is back at the quarterback position with twin wide receivers left and 1 man right. Kozel, a 3-step drop, firing left side. Pass is complete and tackled immediately is the receiver for the Vikings, A.J. Pfeiffer. Let's go to the field where Brian Yanish is standing by. What can you tell us, Chef?
Well, on that last interception, Bernardo Marte had some good help over the top, so that gave York the option to undercut that ball and make that pick. The offense is really excited. They looked like they're really ready to get out there. They got a different look in their eye right here.
Well, they have a 2nd down and 6 in front of them after a 4-yard completion to A.J. Pfeiffer. It's Kozel on the play, and Kozel not going anywhere. He will lose a couple of yards back to around the 38. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 for Valley City State. A step forward, a step back doesn't get you a lot of first downs.
No, and you know, these are the types of things that's been happening all year to Valley City State. They have a decent play on 1st down. Your 2nd down and 6 yards to go, and now a errant snap or a bobble by the quarterback, and that follows up the whole play. Now it's 3rd down and long.
This play is full of confusion as Derek Elliott came running onto the field. Now he will change positions with A.J. Pfeiffer. They're going to move a tackle around. If we don't get flagged on this, it is an absolute miracle. Clock down to 4 seconds and 3, 2 and 1 on the play clock. Snap at 1, no flags. God is in the building, but Trent Kozel's not going to feel his presence. He gets hit. It's ruled a fumble. The ball is on the field. The Vikings got it back, but it's going to be a loss of 6 yards on the play. Jason Hollett got it back after Trent Kozel took the hit. And you could just tell from the moment that players came onto the field, that play just wasn't going anywhere, Tyler.
Well, they shifted Josh Smith from the left to the right side, and he was responsible for blocking Brian Chemnitz. And Trent Kozel just did not see him. Chemnitz hit him at the last moment, and very, very close to a fumble.
Derek Elliott on to punt for Valley City State. And the kick is away. High spiraling kick. It's returnable. Taken back at the 35-yard line by the Hard Rockers. They found a slip to the outside. Got to midfield, slipping more tackles. And finally wrestled out of bounds on the far side of the football field is Tanner Ireland, also a quarterback on Albuquerque, New Mexico. Turns out to be a 31-yard punt, but a good return to the Viking 42 will set up Mines in good field position. 1st down and 10, Mines at the Viking 42-yard line. Mines leads at 10-6, 11:24 to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, big switch in field position, and this happened a couple of weeks ago where Mines took over on Valley City's 17, 19, 23, and I believe 27-yard line, this time starting at the 42.
Russell out of the shotgun, a single wide receiver to his right and left. Play action, moving left, looking over the middle, complete and incomplete. In and out of the hands of Jonathan Tristo. at about the Viking 30. It'll bring up second down and 10 for South Dakota Mines.
That was a well-designed play as all the action was going to the right. Tristo runs a drag route across the middle going to the left. So all the flow going right, they come back throwing it to the left. Ball just flat out dropped.
Get you some NFL scores here in a couple of moments. Second down and 10 for the Hard Rockers. Shotgun snap to Russell, under pressure, dumps it off over the middle for Tyler Barth. And Barth will carry ahead to the 35 for a pickup of around 8. Scores in the NFL, Atlanta now leading Washington 24-10 at the end of 3. Arizona's increasing their lead 34-7 over Chicago. 4 minutes left of the third. Cincinnati still on top of Baltimore 17-0 with 5:52 left of the third. Indianapolis 13-10 over Houston with 6:39 left to go in the third. And that one's in Indianapolis today. Third down and 2. A little confusion now for Mines. They have to rotate a player on quickly. Trip wide receivers left. Shotgun snap to Russell that floated. He looks to the near side, fires downfield, and this one is picked off by Valley City State. Taken back for the Vikings. It's going to be Bernardo Marte that makes the catch back at the Viking 8-yard line. So another interception by South Dakota Mines. Another short drive for the Hard Rockers. And the Vikings will take over at their own 8-yard line, first down and 10.
Second interception for Bernardo Marte today, and that's just a great job. He couldn't keep his balance. He went up high for that ball, made the catch with his hands, and the momentum took him inside the 10-yard line. But again, good pressure on Nick Russell by the Valley City front four.
And another timeout, another turnover, 2 turnovers in 4.5 minutes by South Dakota Mines to start this second half. And now Tommy Zinke steps in at quarterback. Ace back behind him, and Garrett Jackson's in at the fullback. They'll give to Andy Darrellis trying to exploit a hole right side to around the 12. A pickup of 3. It'll bring up second down and 7. Let's go back to the sidelines where the chef is standing by today.
Yeah, but, Tommy Zinke, like you said, under center here. Looks like they're just trying to run a little power football at him right away.
Well, they haven't done this yet. And, Brian, have you picked up any reason on the sideline as to why they haven't gone to this as of yet?
No, they're no, I have not.
Short answer, but a good one. Second down and 7 for the Vikings after a pickup of 3 by Andy Darrellis. They'll motion Jackson behind the line of scrimmage again. 2 tight ends. Toss to Darrellis looking for a hole, and a flag comes down at around the 9 as Darrellis is cut down to the 12 for no gain. This will most likely be declined, although if you're the Hard Rockers, I would be tempted to accept it and accentuate as much field position advantage as you can here with just a 4-point lead. They're actually going to take the flag off. Well, we're waiting for an explanation. There is no real explanation as to why they took the flag away, but they did. And so now it'll be third down and 7 for the Vikings at the 12-yard line. The Vikings have nobody at quarterback. Now they do. Tommy Zinke coming over. The center was already ready to snap the ball. Zinke was still getting the play from the Viking sideline. Again, ace back is Darrellis. 2 wide receivers, but Jackson one of those. This may be a max protect throw downfield. Play action. Zinke looking at a fire over the middle, and this one was caught by Eliason off a bobble, enough for a first down to the 25-yard line. Pickup of 13 yards, and it's first and 10 for Valley City State.
Boy, and good coverage downfield by Tom Lunsman, too. He was right on Ken Eliason. He actually tipped it to himself. Now, with Andy Darrellis in here, don't be surprised if the Vikings start running the ball a little bit better. That's not a knock against the other backs. Darrellis just seems to give us a spark in that running game.
And his speed is really good on a surface like this one today here at the Fargo Dome. First and 10 for the Vikings, their own 25. Darrellis juking and jiving and getting to the 27 for a pickup of 2. And yet, Tyler, there are things we haven't seen today. We have not seen Zinke be able to throw the football deep except for once on a trick play. We have not seen McAtee running power football. I'm just wondering where these things are at right now.
Yeah, I would like to see Zinke throw the ball deep. We saw it with that trick play, throwing the ball about 55 yards in the air down the sideline. Wouldn't be a bad idea, again, to stretch that defense and allow Tommy Zinke to make some plays.
Hard Rockers lead 10-6 with 8:45 left to go in the third quarter. And back under center again is Zinke. He'll give to Darrellis. Running sweep to the near side. Ran into one of his own men. Took a hit. Stays on his feet ahead of the 30 and down to the 32. A pickup of 11 yards for Andy Darrellis and another Viking first down correction, 37-yard line.
And big center Kevin Murphy getting downfield in front of Andy Darrellis. That's just good hustle by your offensive lineman getting downfield and leading the way.
All right. Second down, or actually first down and 10 for Valley City State. They have the football at their own 37-yard line. Two tight ends. The ace back is Andy Deralis, single wide receiver each side of the football field. Tommy Zinke trying to orchestrate things under center. He'll take the snap, gives to Deralis. Deralis hit in the backfield, shook away from that, shook another tackler, then jukes forward. And I'll tell you what, Andy Deralis just made the run of the year for a half a yard. He was swallowed up 5 yards deep in the backfield, made two men shag off of him, and got to the 38.
And everybody missed blocks up front, and Deralis had no chance. He just did well to get about a yard gain on the play. There's just a lot of missed blocks right up front.
Second down and 9 for Valley City State. They have the football at their own 38-yard line. Halfway through the third quarter, it is still 10-6 in favor of South Dakota Mines. A touchdown apiece. The Hard Rockers have the advantage on the field goal. In motion behind the line of scrimmage, once again, is Garrett Jackson for Valley City State. They run a counter, roll to the near side of the field. Zinke stepping up over the middle. Pass complete, Jason Hollick. First down to the midfield stripe. Finally taken down after he made the catch for South Dakota Mines by number 49, Tim Lucchini, but it's enough for a first down as the Vikings will move it to the 49-yard line, 1st and 10.
That was the most comfortable catch I've ever seen in my life. Jason Hollett just sat down at about the 48-yard line and didn't move one bit. The ball was perfectly thrown by Zinke. He made the catch, got the first down.
Good enough for 10 yards, and it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They have it at their own 49. Twin wide receivers go right. Lone man in the backfield is Andy Deralis. He'll take it. Looking right side, there was a big hole left if he'd have went there, but he chose the right, and he's cut down for no gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it looked like number 7, Tyrell Anderson, blew up the play. He had help by Jacob All playing defensive end, now coming out of the ball game right now, but both guys did a great job of blowing up the right side of the offensive line.
2nd down and 10. Twin wide receivers, Letheo Proctor and Matt Crane, will come wide left. Clock at 6:20 left to go in the third quarter, and it seems like the Vikings have had the football forever in the second half. Two tight ends. Man in the backfield remains Deralis. Snap to Zinke. 3-step drop, firing down the middle of the field. Picked off, overthrew his man, and out of bounds on the near side of the football field is number 38, Tom Lunsman, and a flag comes down. I think they're going to ticket Proctor for some extracurriculars after the ball went out of bounds. The return is to the 48. This is going to set South Dakota Mines up at around the 37 of Valley City State, 1st down and 10.
Well, Zinke was trying to hit Matt Crane down the sideline, and he must have missed him by quite a bit. Matt Crane goes 6'4" tall, and he overshot it. Tom Lunsman right there to make the interception, got out of bounds, and then a late hit by Valley City State is going to tack on 15 more yards.
It's very frustrating to me that during that entire series where Tommy Zinke was on the field at quarterback, Derek Elliott was not. That is just an absolute frustration. I think Tommy tried to make kind of a read down the field, and if that's Elliott they're throwing the football to, he might have been in the vicinity a little bit faster. Instead, Russell will turn, gives it away to Jamie Dale on the near side of the field, and Dale will go nowhere. Kevin Strang and Cody Beck will bottle him in. Back at the 42, the original spot was the 41, so it's a loss of a yard, and it will bring up 2nd down 11.
Colin Williamson was pulling out and leading Jamie Dale in the play, but he was not aggressive on his block. He kind of waited for the block, and Kevin Strang came up, met him instead, and made the play in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Overdue getting to the sideline. We will do that here in a couple of moments on 2nd down and 11 for the Hard Rockers. Trip wide receivers left. Russell taking the snap, looking downfield all day. Now hit, quarterback sack, back at the 46-yard line. Ronald Buck stepping up, and he was the man that was missing when the Vikings played Mines a few weeks ago. The chef is on the sideline roaming and looking for something to do.
Yeah, so Ryan, before the defense came out, they just looked at each other and said, we've done this before, let's do it again, go get the ball back. They really felt encouraged by the way the offense was moving the ball there. Everybody knew they were going to take a shot downfield. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out the way they wanted to.
Clock at 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Still 10-6 Hard Rockers, and now South Dakota Mines taking some extra time, trying to get their play ready on 3rd down and 16. Trip wide receivers left, play clock at 3. At 2, snap to Russell, rolling left side. Everyone covered, fires downfield, and it's incomplete. Intended down the field for Jamie Dale, but there were a host of Viking cover presence there, and Dustin Renner ends up laying in the hit on Dale. So here comes 4th down, It's a short possession, a 3-and-out, and that is the least effective that we have seen South Dakota Mines offense at all this afternoon.
And the Vikings are getting tremendous play from their front four. Tommy Butler, Jordan Maher, Seth Olson, and Ronald Buck, causing all kinds of problems for that offensive line, not only in the run game, but causing pressure for Nick Russell when he stepped back and throw.
And the kick will be attempted for the Hard Rockers. It's away. It's a beautiful kick. High, spiraling kick, angled out of bounds. It'll lose a little bit of lift as the play will have it going out of bounds. They're going to spot it at the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Vikings at their own 15, a 32-yard kick. No return. I'm not really sure about that spot. Brian was in front of it. Brian, that looked like a good spot to you?
I actually think it might have helped us out a little bit, but I am right here. From seeing up top, you might have seen it better. I felt like it was more around the 12 myself.
Okay, all right. Well, then we'll take what we can get. I'm not going to argue. Brian Yanish has started a football officiating career, and so he's been getting some games. He actually had a playoff game in the first round of the AA football playoffs. Got to see Shanley play in that matchup. The Vikings running quarterback keeper again, and this is a big hole in the middle of the football field for Mike McAtee out of the Wild Viking, and he will scramble ahead to the 39 for a pickup of 24 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for Valley City State.
Mike McAtee, no yards on 2 carries in the first half, and that time a fake from left to right to a running back that created a huge hole up the middle. Good blocking up front by the Vikings.
Vikings back in the Wild Viking again. They've got Mike McAtee out of the shotgun and A.J. Pfeiffer behind the line of scrimmage. They'll play action, McAtee being keyed on, and McAtee will go down for a yard loss back at around the 38. Now, you wonder why we're calling that the Wild Viking. Well, everybody in the NFL is running their version of the Wild Cat right now, and the Vikings call theirs the Wild Viking. They have had this in the formation for 9 weeks and have not used it. And we thought it would be Derek Elliott that would take the snaps out of this formation today. It's Mike McAtee, and they're relaying plays into him right now, Tyler. He's got a wristband on.
Yeah, we'll see if he can throw the football. This is a running formation, but, you're going to have to throw the football if you're going to stay in this.
2nd down, 11. Moving behind the line of scrimmage, Crane. Now moving behind the line of scrimmage, Pfeiffer. They're going to give it to Pfeiffer on the end around. Pfeiffer will try and cut it upfield. Backpedals his way to the 40 for a gain of a couple of yards. And here comes 3rd down and 8 for Valley City State. 10-6 Hard Rockers with 3:15 left to go in the game.
Now I'm guessing they're going to go back to more conventional offense right now on 3rd and long. Tommy Zinke will be at quarterback here, and Mike McAtee will be in the backfield as a running back. All
right, so Zinke comes in to get the play. Letheo Proctor on the field. Again, there is just no sign of Derek Elliott with Tommy Zinke out there. That's a real puzzle. That's just an absolute real puzzle. Motioning out of the backfield is McAtee now. He'll line up as a slot right side. Zinke dropping back, steps up a bit in the pocket, then he got hit, spun around. There's a host there, and it'll be officially a quarterback sack at around the 36. A loss of about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down and 12, and the Vikings most likely looking at punting the football with 2.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right. Joseph Berkey was the left defensive end. He got around the corner, forced Zinke to step up, but when he stepped up, the defensive tackles met him for a loss on the play.
And so back to kick is Derek Elliott for Valley City State. 2 men go deep to receive for South Dakota Mines. They're back inside the 40. Kick is away. High spiraling kick, rather short. And this will be taken up at around the 38-yard line for the Hard Rockers. They'll return it to the 42. Tom Lunsman on the return. Turns out to be a 26-yard punt and a 4-yard return. And 1st and 10 for South Dakota Mines at their own 43 officially. They still lead 10-6 in the ballgame.
Now, what worries me a little bit here, Ryan, minute 58 left in the 3rd quarter, and Valley City's defense done a great job on the Mines offense. But sooner or later, they're on the field so long, things are going to break.
Jamie Dale will take it up the middle of the football field, but he runs into a wall named Kevin Strang, and Kevin Strang will yield just a couple of yards. NFL scores in progress today. Houston has now taken a 17-13 lead over Indianapolis in Indianapolis, which is a surprise. Also 24-17 New England over Miami. Final seconds of the 3rd. Green Bay still leading Tampa Bay 21-17 late in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 8 for the Hard Rockers. from their own 45. Play action, Russell stepping up, firing downfield, has a man down there but overshot his target. It was intended down the field for Marshall Davis, who is listed as a quarterback, but then so is everybody from South Dakota Mines. That ball over Davis's head. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Tell you, Mike York has had a nice day in the secondary. We haven't seen him a lot back there, but he's going man-to-man against Davis down the sideline. He was step for step with him, and Russell overthrew that ball by about a yard, but York was right there in coverage.
By the way, Chef, still 17-0, Cincinnati on top of Baltimore. They've just started the 4th quarter. Here it's 3rd down and 8. Shotgun snap to Russell, dropping back, firing flat, complete, 1st down. Big hit thrown in on the end of the play, but it's enough for a 1st down anyway. And talking a little trash after taking that hit is the receiver on that play, number 88, Dusty Daniels. It's a 1st down inside Viking territory to around the Viking 44.
By formation and by play, that really put Valley City State secondary in a tough spot. They flared the running backs, and the wide receiver ran an out.
Jamie Dale taking again, cutting back to the right side, hit as he got to around the 40 for a gain of about 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 as this game rolls into the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Still 10-6 South Dakota Mines.
Yeah, and you just got to wonder now if Valley City's defense is wearing down a little bit. Like I said, when they started this drive, the Vikings have been out on the field quite a bit defensively, and sooner or later, I'm hoping not, but sooner or later, it's just bound to happen where Mines offense gets things together.
The only good news is that Mines has only run about 10 plays here in the 2nd half, so they've been out there a while. Russell drops the football and then will go down for a crunched sack back at the 45. Ronald Buck and Cody Beck got to him, and it will be a loss back to the 45 of the Vikings. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10, and the Vikings could use one more of those to try and turn this thing around.
Number 90 on the left, number 30 on the right, Beck and Buck hitting the quarterback who fumbled the football behind the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to try and get one more playoff before the end of the 3rd quarter, but I don't think they're going to make it. Clock down to 1, and that's it. The end of the 3rd is upon us, and so no scoring in that 3rd quarter of football, and this one much tighter going to the 4th than the affair was in Rapid City a few weeks ago. At the end of 3, it's the Hard Rockers 10, the Vikings 6. And we're back with the 4th quarter after a Taco John's timeout. You're listening to Viking football on Dakota Country and the Viking Radio Network.
It's bad enough when you've just had an accident with your vehicle. It's even worse when the repair work isn't done right. For excellent body work and a paint job that looks
Hey, do you realize we have a Cincinnati Bengals
certified technicians have been serving the area for almost 30 years
related story to this game?
On all makes and models, foreign and domestic.
No, I don't.
They pride themselves on
Head coach
quality
Dan
work done
Kratzer
right
was
the
drafted
first
by the
time.
Cincinnati Bengals in 1972.
Call 845-5944.
Welcome back to live coverage of Viking football on Dakota Country and the Viking Radio Network. Tell us again the story about this Bengals connection here to this football game, Tyler.
Well, we've been talking about the Bengals all afternoon here. Head coach Dan Kratzer was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals back in 1972.
And we've just lost our sideline reporter. Brian Yanish is streaking across the field to get an autograph. He doesn't know which one Kratzer is, though. He's got a big puzzled look on his face. 3rd down 11 for South Dakota Mines from the Viking 45. And Russell will go down for a quarterback sack back at the Hard Rocker 41-yard line. A host of defense was there, led by Tommy Butler out of Bend, Oregon. It'll put it down at the 44 on forward progress, and this Viking defense has been just a staunch wall here in this 2nd half.
That was just a jailbreak. The Hard Rockers ran deep routes. It was not time enough for Russell to set up. Ivan Laura was also there, as you mentioned, Tommy Butler, and great defensive job by Valley City State.
And so the Vikings will get the football back. Kick away, another good kick. Mike York from the 24, left side return, slipped out of a tackle, now trying to reverse his field, and was down to the 25. So it'll turn out to be a 1-yard return, 32-yard punt. Let's go to the sideline where Brian Yanish is back from trying to track down autographs over on the Hard Rocker sideline. Out of breath, but what can you tell us, Brian?
Turns out Coach does not know Carson Palmer, so I came back to the Viking sideline.
Thank you.
That was Ivan Laura also on a jailbreak coming from a safety spot to help out on that sack. So there was a bunch of Vikings, but Butler and Laura I thought were the first two in there.
And so the Vikings will take over now. 1st down and 10, their own 24. And it will be Trent Kozel's charge to come back on the field and lead this football team. 10-6, South Dakota Mines by 4 as we start the fourth quarter. 14-12 of it left to go. Kozel out of the shotgun with twin wide receivers to each side of the football field. He'll going to call his own number off left side and move ahead to around the 26. It'll be a pickup of about a yard and change. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Vikings.
You know, you'd like to see it more, but Valley City State is good for one good drive a game, it seems like, this year. And they had a great one against South Dakota Mines 2 weeks ago to open the game. This would be a great time for it.
2nd down and 8, twin wide receivers each side again. And again out of the shotgun is Kozel surveying the defense. They're still playing with 6 defensive backs. Throw down the field, incomplete. Letheo Proctor was the intended target, and the ball was on his hands, but he couldn't reel it in. So here comes 3rd and 8, and absolutely positively the Vikings cannot give the football back after this next play. They have got to find a way to get a 1st down and sustain this drive.
No, this drive has been about 28 seconds long. They cannot go 3 and out. That time Proctor got inside Eric Yesh. Ball a little bit high, but should have been caught.
Twins to the right, and they'll motion Derek Elliott back to the near side of the football field as well, creating trips. Dropping back, Kozel looking over the middle. Now pump fakes, decides to break it himself. Slipped the tackle. 1st down, then he lost the football. It's on the ground. The Vikings pick it up, and it's Jordan Backstrom that will take it to the 44-yard line. Well, the Vikings catch a break. It wasn't Backstrom, it was Jason Holland that ended up covering the football. It's going to be enough for a Viking 1st down to the 44. Not traditional, but he gets the job done.
Boy, I couldn't see a number. I think it was Everett Brill that had a chance to tackle Trent Kozel for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards on the play. Kozel just ran out of that tackle, got ahead for the 1st down, then fumbled the football forward. Luckily, Valley City State jumped on it.
1st down and 10 for the Vikings at the 44-yard line. Their own. They trail 10-6 with 13:15 to go in the game. Low snap. Kozel again wants to run and will lean forward to the 47 for a pickup of 2 and again some change. I'm surprised that we haven't seen a little bit of an option look out of this, but it's been all Kozel just calling his own number when he's run the football. 2nd down along 7 coming up for the Vikings.
You know, he has had some success running up the middle on those plays, too. But I'm right. You're right. Maybe change it up a little bit and run a type of option play out of that.
Twin wide receivers right, 1 man left on 2nd down and along 7. And again, they'll motion Derek Elliott from left to right. The snap to Kozel. Kozel dropping back, looking over the middle for Kenny Eliason, who's got a big hole. He cuts back at the Hard Rocker 40 and dives ahead of the 35. It'll be a pickup of 21 yards for Kenny Eliason. We've been waiting for Ken to get active all day today, and it's 1st down and 10 for Valley City State inside Hard Rocker territory.
That time the timing was perfect by both quarterback and receiver, and the lineman did a great job of chipping on the defensive line, getting downfield, and then a block helping out Eliason by Jason Hollett downfield.
1st and 10 Vikings at the Hard Rocker 35. Twin sets of wide receivers each side of the football field. Kozel takes the snap out of the gun. Looking, firing over the middle for Jason Hollett. Hollett will turn it upfield. Took a big hit, but gets across the 25 and down to the 24-yard line for a pickup of 11 yards.
Boy, Valley City State has something going now. They run another screen, this time to the other tight end, Jason Hollett, to the right side. He catches the ball, breaks the tackle, gets the 1st down inside the Hard Rockers' 25-yard line.
1st down and 10 Vikings. Twin wide receivers going left. Elliott the wide side. Pfeiffer's in the slot on the right. They've got twins as well. The wide man is Letheo Proctor. Out of the shotgun will be Trent Kozel. An empty backfield with him as well. He'll take the snap, looking to call his own number. Found a lead block and dives ahead to around the 21. It'll be a pickup of about 3 with some change tacked on. And it's 2nd down and along 7 coming up for the Vikings.
That lead block was by Jason Hollett. He was the tight end on the left side. He pulled all the way around to the right, running over right guard. They found a little bit of a crease. Not a lot, but about 3 yards.
Field goal doesn't do it. It's 10-6 South Dakota Mines. The Vikings need to put 6 on the board and more if they can get it. 2nd down and 7 for Valley City State. Again, twin wide receivers each side of the football field. The snap to Kozel. Kozel again looking to run. Now busting it outside, and he is hit and dropped. And the strip drill on a couple of times after the whistle as Kozel will go down for no gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, I tell you, that time South Dakota Mines just had too many defenders for Valley City State to block. They stayed at home. They weren't fooled by anything. That was kind of a little counter draw, but the Hard Rockers stayed at home.
So here comes third down for the Vikings, and they need to try to continue their drive once again, looking to convert. They need 8 yards. Trip wide receivers to the right. Rolling out, Kozel looking, firing towards the end zone. Proctor! Touchdown! Valley City State. Letheo Proctor will take it in on the near side of the end zone from 22 yards out. And the Vikings will take a 2-point lead at 12-10.
Pretty throw, too, by Trent Kozel, rolling to his right. Letheo Proctor running a corner route. He got behind Tanner Ireland and in front of the safety. A perfectly thrown pass, a great route by Proctor. Touchdown, Vikings.
The only score of the second half so far is a Viking touchdown, a drive that started from their own 24, 10 plays, and a shuffle pass for a 2-point conversion try that's then lateraled backward. The ball is on the ground, and now another lateral for South Dakota Mines after they picked up the football. And after all of that, the Vikings will kick it off up by 2 at 12-10. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on that, Tyler, but if Mines returns it, it's a safety. They would get 2 points.
Yeah, it would be tied up again.
Yeah, so, and I'm surprised that the teams were lateraling back and forth. The Vikings doing the shuffle pass, they fumbled, then Mines doing everything they can to try and take it to the house. Let's go down to the sideline. Brian Yanish, got to be a much more fun sideline to be a part of right now.
This Viking crowd has been into it all game, and now they're up cheering. You can see it. There we go. We're back. On that touchdown pass, Proctor lined up on the slot, and he just released to the corner, and there was no safety over the top, and they stayed in that cover 2, and he just kind of walked into the corner of the end zone and waited for the ball.
I got to ask you, Brian, I got to write down in my book how that try failed. Was it a failed kick, a failed pass, a failed run? Should I just put try failed?
I think you just put try failed. I don't know how you'd write that down.
What do you think, Tyler? Try failed?
A try failed.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it'd be pass. Well, no, it was completed. It failed. Just put failed.
12-10 Vikings with 10:32 to go, and now the onus is on the Viking defense. Kick goes away. It is a line drive end-over-end kick, returned from about the 8-yard line, and Dale will be hit at the 31. Jamie Dale returning the kick. First down at 10. Garrett Jackson will make the stop for Valley City State. But now it's up to the defense. And, boy, how long has it been since the Vikings had a lead in the fourth quarter? I mean, we're talking Dakota State, Mayville State, and that is it so far this year.
That's exactly right. And those 2 missed extra points, one on a kick, and this last one, I'm surprised they went for 2. I really am, Ryan. You kick that extra point, it's a 3-point lead. Now all the Hard Rockers have to do is kick a field goal.
Sanchez back at quarterback, fires over the middle, broken up, nearly picked off. It was tapped over the middle. He was trying to force it into Beilstein, and a dive at it by Dustin Renner came up short. That'll bring up second down and 10.
Boy, and who knocked that one away too, Ryan? It looked like it was Cody Beck that knocked it away, but also back in coverage was defensive tackle Tommy Butler, who's been all over the place.
Second down and 10 for the Vikings. A stop would be huge. A stop and a score to follow could put the thing away. And what a win it would be. Sanchez out of the shotgun again. He'll look to the near side of the field, throws it out of the flat for Jamie Dale. Dale can't quite put the move on he wants to. He'll get it to around the 32. It'll be a gain of about a yard. And here comes a huge third down. Third down and 9 for South Dakota Mines with 10:16 to go in the game.
Tell you, Dale catches the ball out of the backfield, and Axel Neri does a great job. He uses the sideline as another defender. Dale had no place to go. He's a tough guy to bring down one-on-one, but Neri using the sideline, push him out of bounds, third down and long.
The Viking crowd is coming to their feet on the near sideline. It is third down and 9 for South Dakota Mines. Sanchez out of the shotgun, takes the snap. A host of Viking pursuit. The throw to Dale. He dropped it. It's going to be ruled incomplete. Had it been ruled a fumble, it was Cody Kilfowl going to the house, but instead it'll be incomplete. A 3-and-out for South Dakota Mines. And I'll tell you what, game ball to the Viking defense in the second half. They have allowed the Hard Rockers nothing throughout the second half of play.
And everybody is in the proper spot. Everybody is where they should be. That time, it looked like there was a play developing for Dale out in open space. Ivan Laura would have been right there to make the tackle. and he wouldn't have gone very far.
Mike York waiting for the punt for the Vikings rather. Punt nearly blocked. It's away, and it's a beautiful kick. High spiraling kick, and Mike York went after it. He then decides to just vacate the premises, and it'll be touched up by the Hard Rockers at around the 23. A 46-yard punt. The Vikings take over officially at the 22. First down and 10. Brian Yanish will get inside the huddle, and we'll get to him coming up in a couple of moments. But there's not much they can be saying to that defense except good job. Now, can the offense go down the field one more time and put this game away, Tyler?
Boy, that would be nice. That was a great drive. We said Valley City usually has one good drive a game. Let's make it two here and maybe end this ball game.
Zinke back in at quarterback. He'll be under center. The ace back is Andy Deralis, and Deralis will run opposite the lead block of fullback Garrick Jackson. He goes left and will drive ahead of the 25 to around the 26. A gain of about 3. It'll bring up second down and 7 for Andy Deralis.
Just as we kind of figured, with Andy Deralis in there, the Vikings have gotten their running game going a little bit, not for huge yardage, but Andy Deralis, a good change of pace running back, doing a good job getting about 4 yards on first down.
Second down and 6 for the Vikings. Matt Crane, wide receiver to the right, wide left, but now in motion is number 11. Correction, this is number 44, Garrett Jackson. Turn, play action to Deralis, looking to throw near side. Pass complete, Crane at the 35, struggles to the 37. First down for the Vikings, a pickup of 11 yards for Matt Crane.
Good timing on that route. Matt Crane runs about a 10-yard curl or out pattern. The ball is delivered on time, on target. First down, Vikings at the 36.
First down and 10 for the Vikings, their own 36-yard line, leading by a score of 12-10 with 8 minutes 44 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jackson again motions behind the line of scrimmage. He'll settle in behind left guard. Snap taken by Zinke. Give away to Deralis right up the middle of the football field to the 41-yard line and shoved back after a gain of 5. Let's go to the sideline where we have the chef standing by out of the defensive Viking huddle.
Yeah, after that, when the defense came to the sideline, everybody was giving Alex Snary a bunch of high fives. They felt that tip he had on the first pass, making that tackle on second down really helped get that out, 3 and out.
And the Vikings have the football after that 3 and out, leading 12-10 with 8:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Facing second down and 5. Same formation, Crane wide left, Jackson wide right. And Jackson will again motion behind the line of scrimmage for the Vikings and settle in behind left guard. Deralis again, the ace back. Turn, give to Deralis, attack, but got away from it. Breaks into the second level. He's into Hard Rocker territory across the 45 and down to the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 yards for Andy Deralis and another Viking first down.
Let's go back to the first series of drives. Andy Deralis got 4 yards on first down. Then, once Valley City State picked up the first down, he gets 5 yards on first down. It just opens up your playbook. They can run, they can throw. They feel pretty secure on doing either one when you are second down and short.
Now they're going to spell Deralis. They'll bring in Mike McAtee with the same formation. Jackson again, wide receiver right, motioning behind the line of scrimmage off left guard. Zinke still the quarterback. Turn, McAtee, big hole left side, explodes into the secondary. Slipping tackles at the 30. He got himself down to the 28-yard line. First down and 10 for the Vikings. It's a pickup of 16 yards for Valley City State. They are beginning to run through the South Dakota Mines defensive line.
Yeah, it may be South Dakota Mines defense that is wearing down right now because the last 2 runs have been huge for Valley City State. The offensive line opening up big holes on the defensive line and also getting to the second levels on the linebackers.
Garrett Jackson, wide receiver right. Again, Matt Crane, wide left. Mike McAtee is the feature back. They'll motion Jackson behind the line of scrimmage once again. He settles in behind right guard. Zinke the snap, the give to McAtee, evading the first attack, but just spun down the line of scrimmage for no gain. Of course, it's not going to be long before Mines figures it out that you're going to have to go after the feature back in that formation, and they've done so. McAtee will come out. Deralis will come back in. Clock at 6:35 left to go in the game. It's second down and 10 for the Vikings.
Major Hop missed a block on that particular play, and a Mines player just blew that play up the middle, made McAtee bounce it off to the left side. No gain. 2
wide receivers again for the Vikings, but no Garrett Jackson. This is 2 tight ends, feature back. Actually, they will motion a man to the backfield. That was Jackson looking to throw. Zinke firing near side, complete. Matt Crane hit out of bounds in front of the Viking bench at the 18. It's a pickup of about 5 yards. It's going to bring up third down. and 5. Of course, the clock will not stop on this particular play. They will get it going again and brings up 3rd down and call it 4. They're going to give 6 on that play to Matt Crane.
Matt Crane, that's twice now he's run very good routes to the sidelines, and Tommy Zinke has thrown it to him in stride, and although not a first down, making it 3rd and very manageable.
3rd down and 4 for Valley City State. Zinke will get in under center. Play clock running down. He wants to motion Garrett Jackson. Jackson not moving. Now he does. Play clock down to 2, and the Vikings had to call for timeout. We'll go to the sideline. Brian Yanish, what can you tell us? Looks like there was some confusion there.
Well, there's a little confusion on where they were going to set up, and as opposed to running a play where you're not ready in this time in the game, you want to call a timeout there to make sure everybody's on the same page. Pretty pivotal play here.
Taco John's timeout with 5:44 to go. The Vikings lead at 12-10 over South Dakota Mines. You're listening to Viking football on Dakota Country on the Viking Radio Network.
Electrical needs? Think Enterprise Electric. As you upgrade or add additional
just by watching their defense, if they would send Eliason right down the field, you have 2 wide receivers on the outside. They run a corner route and occupy those safeties. He runs down the middle. They got a touchdown.
Yeah. I can see that too. And plus they're playing the run so much right now.
Or Scott's and Harvey at 324-2019. Enterprise Electric is as close as your phone at 845-2442. 1234 East Main, Valley City. The prices won't shock you.
Taco John's timeout. Now, folks, they will not start games early today at the Fargo Dome, and we're only at about 2:47 right now. The next game doesn't start until 4. And so they have made kind of the decision that they will not start games early, which I think is right, but this one may get done a little bit sooner than was originally anticipated. 12-10. Valley City State by 2 over South Dakota Mines. The Vikings call for timeout, facing 3rd down and 4 at the Hard Rocker 22-yard line. Jackson again motioning behind the line of scrimmage off left guard. Zinke will take the snap. They'll give to Daralis, and he's stuffed right at the point of attack, and it's a loss of 2 back to the 24-yard line. So here comes 4th down and 6. I see Marino Tosluku. I don't see Marino Tosluku with enough leg, but I see Marino Tosluku going onto the football field.
Well, I'll tell you what, in warm-ups he was hitting from about 50 yards, and of course that's without a defense there. This is a 41-yarder. Hopefully he splits the uprights here.
Kozel will hold it from the 31 for the Vikings. Good snap, hold down, kick on its way, missed it wide left. Oh, he got it. He got it inside the left upright. It looked like he missed it, but Tosluku will hit from 41. And here at the McQuaid softball tournament, it's 15-10, Valley City State over South Dakota Mines. You don't see that score on the scoreboard very often, but the Vikings get a 5-point lead. 5:07 to go. No longer will a field goal win the game for the Hard Rockers.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge play. Good kick by Tosluku, and nice job with that offensive line, not preventing any penetration. The ball was up high quickly, and he just snuck it through the left upright.
Well, if the Vikings can cover a kickoff well and get a stop, they could get a huge win. That I know a lot of people will say that 3-7 doesn't look a whole lot different than 2-8, but based on how this season has gone, we've known how close the Vikings have been. To get this win today would be a big difference between 2 and 8.
Well, you know what? This is the best team. If we win this game, this is the best team that Valley City State has beaten. I mean, this team went in 21-21 tie with Minot State at half. Against Dickinson State, they were ahead 14-3 at half. This is a good football team.
Kick is away. It's a side-winding line drive kick taken by Dale at the 11, setting up middle return into a wave down at the 36. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for South Dakota Mines at their own 36-yard line. Correction, it's Marshall Davis on the return, not Jamie Dale. So here comes the Viking defense that has been so good all day. Can they do it one more time? The Hard Rockers will send Joe Sanchez back at the quarterback position. That's when they've been most successful on the ground. It's 1st and 10 for South Dakota Mines at their own 36-yard line. They'll run stretch play to Dale, looking near side for a hole. He's hit at the 40 and knocked down to the 41 for a gain of 5. The stop made by Cody Beck. It'll bring up 2nd down and call it 6 for South Dakota Mines.
You know, Ryan, I'm trying to be as positive as possible, but I look at that scoreboard up there. I look at the time on the clock, and just the way things have fallen for the Vikings this year, It just seems like a team would drive down and score at the end to take this thing away from them. Hopefully not.
Let's remain more positive than that.
All right.
2nd down and 5. The Viking crowd coming to life, looking for defense below us. Sanchez audibling at the line of scrimmage, waiting for the snap. It's a high snap, but he runs it down. He's running option, turns it up over the hash mark. He's got a first down ahead to the 48-yard line. The Viking defense just looking to bend but not break here. That's the whole idea. So they'll take these yardages. This one, a 7 yardage picked up by the quarterback Sanchez. It'll bring up 1st down and 10.
Now, Nick Russell is the better passer of the two, but Sanchez, you can see, he's the running quarterback. He gets outside. He's pretty quick, and that's a deadly combination with him and Dale.
Twins left, a man right, snap. They'll give it down the line again. Stretch play to Dale. Dale trying to make a move to the outside. Did, and he's knocked out of bounds on the Viking sideline. They'll spot him out right at the 41 or 41. That's going to be a first down, a pickup of 11 yards for Jamie Dale.
That's a stretch play, as you mentioned, and it creates natural holes. They just stretch the line of scrimmage. Dale made a nice move on Cody Beck to get outside of him and out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Overdue to get to the sideline. We'll do that here in a couple of moments. A whistle, and they'll start running the clock again with under 4 minutes to go. It's 1st and 10 Hard Rockers at the Viking 41. The Vikings lead it 15-10. Sanchez under center for the first time in a while. They'll turn, give it away to Dale, trying to cut back over the middle. Nothing there. He will gain maybe a half a yard. To the sideline where the chef is standing by.
Well, if we thought there was good atmosphere before the game, you should be down here right now. It is loud. These Viking fans are making some noise. It's pretty fun to be down here right now.
By the way, Chef, the Baltimore Ravens have scored, but it's still 17-7 Cincinnati.
That's all right. We're worried about this game right now.
Absolutely we are. Well, I just thought, he told me to keep you, informed, and that's what I'm doing. 2nd down and 10 for the Hard Rockers. 3 wide receivers right, a man left. Sanchez again out of the shotgun. He waits for it. High snap, it's over his head. Dale runs back to picks it up, does it off a bounce, makes a move, breaking to the near side of the football field, making another move, hit and drop back at the Hard Rocker 48-yard line. A huge mistake by South Dakota Mines. The snap has been high all day, and this time it finally bit them back to their own 48, where it's going to be 3rd down and 22.
And Dale did a nice job of just making it an 11-yard loss. That could have easily been 20. The Valley City defenders all over him, but he did make a couple people miss, but it's still 3rd and very, very long.
Absolutely. 3rd down and call it 21. They have 22 on the board. Trip wide, receivers right, a man left. The Viking crowd coming to life here at the Fargo Dome. Sanchez, another high snap, dropping back, firing deep downfield, and it is incomplete. Intended downfield for Jonathan Tristo, but he was hit nearly simultaneously with putting the hands on the football. It brings up 4th down and 21. He got open. The coverage knocked it away. One more try for Mines. I think they're in 4-down territory.
It is the last game for Tommy Butler, and he is going to remember this one. He hit Sanchez low. It wasn't his fault. He was being blocked. He kind of fell down, but he hit him hard and low. And Sanchez is definitely feeling it.
And the Hard Rockers are going to call for timeout on 4th down and 21. They likely have to go for it with the ball at their own 49. Taco John's timeout. The Vikings lead 15-10 over South Dakota Mines with 2:23 left of the 4th. And you're listening to Viking football.
Dakota Plains
all right, you and I are going to disagree on this, I know.
Co-ops that are in business to serve its
if I was Mines, I'd punt the ball with 3 timeouts left. There are 2 timeouts left. I didn't know they had 2. I thought it was up there. I think I'd still punt the ball.
Propane, fuel and gas, ranch
you
and
know,
pet store, feed,
if my offense was having some success, I'd be all right. But the way the Vikings have run the ball lately,
I'm just thinking 4th and 22. What's the chances of making it? If it's 4th and 10.
Welcome back. A spirited debate going on during the break. Tyler Schleck says punt the ball if you're Mines. I'm mixed. He thought I was going to disagree with him. I can see the merits of punting the football here, but I can also see the Hard Rockers' fear of how the Vikings have run the ball, maybe needing to take their shot offensively because they might not get one more. But here it is, 4th down and 22 for the Hard Rockers. They trail the Vikings 15-10. Single wide receiver each side, actually twins to the right, one deep in the slot. Dropping back Sanchez, looking to fire deep downfield, and it's broken up at the last minute by Bernardo Marte. He knocked it away from Tony Ostheimer, and the Vikings will get it back with 2:17 left, leading 15-10.
Bernardo Marte's had a heck of a day, too. He's picked off 2 passes, that time knocking it away from the intended receiver, Tony Ossheimer. Now, this is my thinking here, Ryan. Field position game is all Valley City right now.
Absolutely.
They're inside South Dakota Mines territory. You punted the ball, yes, you have the fear of Valley City State picking up a first down or 2 and just running the game out, but now, if they do stop Valley City State, they're going to have to drive a long way without any timeouts, because I'm sure they'll use them here.
Zinke under center on first down and 10 for the Vikings at the Hard Rocker 49. McAtee getting the call. McAtee drugged down at midfield. And the Hard Rockers, as of yet, have not made a move to stop the clock. And the clock continues to run. They're going to maybe save one for offense, I guess. It'll bring up second down and 11 for the Vikings at midfield.
Either that or knowing they have 2 timeouts, they'll wait until second and third down to call it. Valley City State taking all the time that they need, still 20 seconds on the play clock.
Now, the Vikings can punt from relatively short range, so don't be surprised to see the Vikings go to the air to try and move the chains. It's not the conventional thing to do, but fact of the matter is they do have the opportunity to pin Mines deep because of the field position. Snap will be taken by Zinke with 3 on the clock. They'll go to McAtee. McAtee just burrowing forward, got to the 45 of the Hard Rockers for a pickup of 5 yards. And the Hard Rockers now take a timeout with 1 minute and 21 seconds left to go. Let's go to the sideline where the chef is hanging out on the Vikings sideline, white-knuckling this thing for victory, we hope.
Yeah, that's right, Ryan. There's a lot of ball control talk right here. Run the clock out, but you got to hang on to the football. That's what they keep on yelling. Hang on to the football.
Well, that's the key. A turnover here would be very costly. It's 3rd down and 7. Let's talk play selection here, Tyler, if it's 3rd down and 7 for the Vikings. You have the opportunity to punt, and almost worst-case scenario, Mines takes over inside their own 25-yard line. So do you chance trying to convert the first down and maintain control of the football by going to the air, knowing that if it's not complete, the clock will stop with about 1 minute 18 to go, but you can still make Mines drive 75, 80 yards. What do you do here?
If you're going to throw the football, Ryan, I think you have to roll the quarterback out and give him the option. And the only option to throw the ball is if you are absolutely sure you have a wide-open receiver, you can throw the ball. Otherwise, you take it yourself. You do not risk anything at this point. Heck, you're on the 45-yard line. Even if you don't convert, you're going to force Mines to take their last time out. You're going to be able to punt them deep. Worst-case scenario, it's going to be an 80-yard drive. They have to score a touchdown.
All right, so here it is, 3rd down and 7 for the Vikings at the Hard Rocker 45-yard line. The Vikings trying to make it a turnaround day here at the Fargo Dome after they were beaten 60-20 by this team in Rapid City a couple of weeks ago. In motion, Garrett Jackson behind the line of scrimmage becomes a 3rd tight end. Play action, Zinke rolling. Looking, now going to run the football. Makes a break to the left side and is spun down at the 45. It'll kill the clock down to 1 minute and 13 seconds, now 1 minute 10 when the timeout is taken. So the Vikings will punt it. And what you're looking at, if you're a Hard Rocker fan on the B2 network today, the Vikings are going to snap from the 45. They will most likely get the kick away from their own 45. And if the punt were to travel, let's say a 30-yard punt from the line of scrimmage right now, that's going to put it down to around the 20. And based on the return, you'll take it from there, and you'll have roughly about a minute to get it done with no timeouts left.
And I think the smart thing would be, number one, you got to get the punt away. That's the most important thing. The second thing is just a little pooch punt. Let the thing roll for as long as possible, and don't even take the chance of having a return on this play. Plus, the longer the ball is on the turf, the more that clock is going to run.
Well, I'm sure that Derek Elliott has probably been told to kick the ball out of bounds, because the worst thing that can happen to the Vikings right now is a punt return for touchdown. We'll see what he does. The Hard Rockers going to load up to try to block it. Elliott gets it away. It is a high-hanging kick, and it's dropped by the Hard Rockers. The Vikings pile on for the football. Who's got it? We don't know who has the football yet. They were trying to set up a return. If the Vikings got it, this game is over, and the Vikings are going to have the win. They're trying to unsort the pile. There were 2 Vikings there. The Hard Rockers now say they have the football. We have no indication yet what the call is on the field. Still waiting for an indication. And still waiting. And the Vikings now say they have it. We're still waiting for the officials to say what it is. and it is Viking football, and this game is going to be over. The Vikings have won it. They will take the knee twice, and this game has come to a conclusion. The Vikings are going to turn around their worst loss in the last decade with a win here today at the Fargo Dome.
Tom Lunsman was the return man, and very scary because he was catching that ball on the run. He had two Valley City State defenders, but he was going to be able to get through both of those guys, and then who knows what would have happened. Valley City State right there to recover the ball. It took a while, but Vikings in victory formation. Should be over.
What a satisfying victory this will be at the end of the Viking football season. Tommy Zinke going to take the snap, and it's just a couple of knees. He'll take one. There's a big pile. The Hard Rockers cannot stop the clock. And so the Vikings set to go to 3-7 on the season. South Dakota Mines will drop to 4-6 on the overall season after their season started off with just a great start. Do I have 4-6 right, or is it 5? No, they're going to go to 4-5 with a game coming up with Trinity Bible College, which means they'll go to 5-5 on the season.
Which is what they were last year, too, and I think they were looking for another step, and that's why today was important for them. They win today, you know they're going to win next week.
This game will count in the conference as well, and so the Vikings are going to end up finishing 4-4 in league play this year. Or correction, not 4-4 rather. They will finish 3-5 inside the league this year. But the Vikings have turned around a 60-20 loss a couple of weekends ago in Rapid City. The final knee has been taken by Tommy Zinke. A great pile-up for Tommy Butler on the field as he had a brilliant game today at defensive line. And the Vikings have won it 15-10 over South Dakota Mines this afternoon here at the Fargo Dome. One touchdown allowed today, and it was a free play. It was a play the Vikings had covered. It went through the hands of the safety, Dustin Renner, ended up in Jamie Dale's hands. He took it in. Otherwise, what a fantastic game for the Viking defense today.
Just a great, great game by the defense. And in all phases of the game on defense, Ryan, the defensive line, I thought, had a tremendous game. Not only Tommy Butler, but Seth Olson, Ronald Buck was in the backfield constantly today. But, boy, I really thought Tommy Butler had the game of the year today on the defensive line. He was everywhere.
And because we have to help out our Jamestown colleagues today, we're going to have a very brief post-game report. We're just going to get in and get out right away here today because that's kind of what we need to do to help out our folks over in Jamestown. Our broadcast colleague Mark McKenzie struggling with a couple of things over there. And so we're going to try and stay on the air long enough for Brian Yanish to catch up with Dennis McCulloch. He's going to meet with his team in the end zone first of all, and then they'll do that as the teams shake hands